And here we are. We got the Puck Boys podcast.
Hello.
Back again.
It's good to be back, and you know what? It's nice that we have a little bit consistent going. We're
do.
recording. This has been like a week.
Monday
It's been
night?
a proper
Yeah,
week.
It's been like a
We
proper
said.
week. Well, actually, we recorded last one on Tuesday. It hasn't even been. But
Yeah, but like on the podcast, we did say Monday
yeah,
recording, Tuesday
we're sticking to our
Guess
word.
what?
We're doing 1 week.
Monday, June 25th.
Absolutely. To my right, we got Mr. Devin Prout,
Hello.
and across from me, we got Marcus Ferrakevic.
Hey.
You guys ready to just dive into it?
Dive in. Yes.
Draft.
The draft.
My favorite time of the year.
Yeah. Oh God, I was so pumped. The only thing that sucked about this year though was that you knew who was going 1 and 2 because the teams were like vocal about it.
I didn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
how Carolina played that out just from the get-go. Why would you announce you're taking Svechnikov? That's just to me like Dallin. We all knew that was happening. Like
yeah, everybody knew Dallin was happening.
Dude, like Svechnikov was like next to a lock the entire year. He was 2 the entire
he
year.
was ranked there, but there was arguments, and like I saw a lot of other draft guys had him out of number 2.
Well, like I looked at other ones that were from like even like a year ago, like way before the draft, it was like more of a toss up between Dahlin and Svechnikov and then everybody else.
Yeah, really.
I heard that too. That at the beginning it was a toss up between the two, but by the end it was
not even close.
It was yeah.
But well, there are some guys that say that Svechnikov is closer to Rasmus Dahlin than he is to the rest of the pack,
yeah.
and I would believe that because I don't really think anyone else besides those two was really like in that real elite.
Yeah.
Level.
Well, we saw that was Zadina. We thought Zadina the whole
Yeah.
time was going 3, and all of a sudden, boom, what do you go, 6th?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, yeah. So let's just go over every pick. So we got number 1 overall was from the Buffalo Sabres, Rasmus Dahlin from Frölunda.
Their jerseys are sick.
Oh, I know. And he's gonna do real well. He's gonna do real well in Buffalo. I think it's a real good place for him to go. And can you name a better combo to build your team around than Dahlin and Eichel?
And then like Middlestat and all that.
Well,
No.
that's just a bonus.
Like,
but like, as far as just like a defenseman and a center, they're both like that young and that like elite.
I saw a thing today on TSN that it was comparing like all of them. It was like, oh, Letang, Crosby, and
Yeah, who would
it
like
was
which
like McDavid.
the other one that might come
Nurse.
close is just because maybe Doughty Kopitar.
that is the
Yeah,
answer.
that was one of the ones.
Okay, that
because
was one of them. Okay,
you got Norris and Selke and Cups.
yeah.
If,
Like,
if you want future, obviously, I think the Buffalo guys are better because they're 18 and 20, and not 28 and whatever. And I'm not even sure how old they are, but they got to be. I think they're both around
I
28.
was gonna say, I think Kopitar is up to like 31, 32, isn't he?
Is he already in his 30s?
no way. No. Oh, maybe he's up there.
29.
he's-
29.
I think he's I don't think he's in his 30s yet. So the second overall pick, Andrei Svechnikov from Barrie Colts, went to Carolina.
We saw that coming.
Third overall pick, I was sitting on the edge of my seat. Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
Woohoo! First try.
First try, I got it. Look at me. 6'2" center. I was pretty happy about the pick just because people have been talking about how badly Montreal needs centers, and we're going to talk about it later. They didn't just pick this guy; they got a bunch of other guys. But yeah, I see him more. They're talking about him being the best center by a landslide and all this. I think like he will probably be like a second line center. If he ends up being a first liner, that's like awesome. But I don't really have that expectation going in. And the other thing was he played more games as a winger. Yet people were just saying, "Oh, he's definitely a centerman. Oh, he's gonna definitely play center in
who
the
did he
NHL." It's
play
like,
out of?
how do you know this?
He played in this Finnish league, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played for Assat. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Our SHL
Yes.
knowledge is not very high.
Not the best.
Fourth overall, Brady Tkachuk from BU. I was a fan. I was a fan of the pick.
You like him going to Ottawa?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the pick. I obviously I do think he's a shit disturber, and
I would just love to see him with Stone. I'll be honest, that is those are two forwards that you can really build not only like a team around but an identity, because like those two are like very hard to play against.
Yeah, I don't want to like dive into all this, but you think Stone's gonna resign with the Sens?
Yeah,
okay.
the Sens are going to give him the moon. He's an RFA this year.
I don't know, man. But that's another topic that we can talk about another time.
Yeah. Number 5 was the first like real shocker, and it was Barrett Hayden jumping up. He was supposed to go, I think, like around 12.
Yeah, he was.
People
Yeah.
were saying like
Yeah.
maybe the Islanders will take him and this and that. Nope, Arizona just jumped the gun from Sault Ste. Marie. I personally like heard like a lot about this guy, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's between the Finn and this guy for being who's the best center in the draft. So I'm not really surprised that Arizona went with the next best center available. They're drafting more of a position need than a best player available, in my opinion.
I feel like Arizona's a team though that needs every position, don't they? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I think they probably need D more because they have Strome, who's coming up, who was a former third overall pick.
Yeah.
They got Derek Stepan. They just picked up Galchenyuk, and they said they're going to try and play him in the middle.
They'll try.
So-
I don't think Galchenyuk
I don't
like
think-
stays center.
I don't think he's good defensively to be his little guy. But anyways, 6 was apparently the steal of the draft, is what people are calling it, when Philip Zadina slid from projected 3rd overall to go 6, and he played for the Halifax Mooseheads. I like it.
I was gonna say I really like it.
You know what the thing that pissed me off, though? This is like classic Ken Holland. Like,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Taking a really good shooting European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Yeah. 7, we saw the second defenseman taken by the Vancouver Canucks, taking Quentin Hughes,
I thought that was one of the
5'9" defenseman who's going to be attending Michigan next year.
I thought that was one of the biggest things, that the fact that Dahlin was the only defenseman taken in the top 6.
Well, I think you really have to look at the teams that were picking ahead, and you have to determine what are their needs, more or less. Like Buffalo obviously was like the top 2 you can't really dispute.
Yeah.
Montreal needed a center more than they need D.
That is true.
I really like the prospects that they have
Yeah.
on their right side. They don't really have any guys on the left, but they have Juleson, they have Josh Brook, who's going to be like
Yeah, and now the talks with Voinov coming too, even like
maybe, and then you have Cale Fleury, who's looking pretty good. He played in the Memorial Cup this year.
yeah,
And he's looking pretty good, but they don't really have any centers. Brady Tkachuk,
with the Sens and
like Sens, I think they need just
everything. So
they need like a little bit of everything, so I'm not surprised there. And yeah,
You can't draft a new organization, can you?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're yeah, we're not going to get into that today. Sorry, folks. Number 8, I love this pick too. Chicago went with Adam Boquist.
this was
Yeah.
the one that I
In
wanted
my
to drop to
opinion,
Edmonton.
I personally think he's the second best defenseman in this draft. I like Hughes a lot, and I was even saying that I want Montreal to take him. But the sole reason why I wanted Montreal to take him was because he's left-handed, and Boquist is right. So even though I think Hughes would have been better for Montreal, I think Boquist is going to be the better D.
Man, I don't think I know this is kind of going back, but I don't think Quentin Hughes is going to be big enough. He's like, yeah, as you said, like 5'9". How much does he weigh?
It's like 170.
Like he seems like just way too small of a guy to be a defenseman.
The only like I see where you're coming from. I don't think you're making the right argument though. Do you know who Vancouver's top defensive prospect was before this guy?
Ulevy.
Yeah, he's a tiny guy. He's not big.
Ulevy's big.
Ulevy's not big.
What bet?
I say he is under 6 feet tall.
What? Come on. Give me
Ulevy,
a hard one.
1.9 meters.
Say that again.
1.9 meters.
6'2".
Fuck.
Yeah, 6'3", 100 or 200 pounds basically. 198.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So yeah, and honestly, like, I know this is like really isn't an argument, but I don't like small defensemen. I always think the bigger. I'd rather.
Isn't
have a
Ryan
big
Ellis one of your
brute
favorite defensemen?
Yeah.
look at where the game's going. Speed is what kills.
Yeah.
Not surprised to see that the top 3D were probably the fastest and most dynamic defensemen in the draft.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
And you know what? And Chicago's going to turn this guy into an absolute stud, right?
Oh, wait, they're good. Another defenseman who's I guess is canceling out my argument is Duncan Keith, but
Number 9 was the real big shocker for a lot of people, and that was Vitaly Kravtsov from the KHL,
couldn't
6'2" winger. I mean,
What was his projection going into it? He was a late first.
so he was projected to go mid. He was supposed to be
Okay.
going like around like 15-ish. I had him 16th in like my like little sheet that I had going in before the draft because I am a loser. Like, let's not kid ourselves
he
here.
is. That's why he's talking a lot more than us right now, or me.
I don't think it's a bad pick. He has a lot of upside. Like, people are really liking his size. Like I said earlier, he's 6'2", 185 pounds, and he's only going to fill out from there. So, I mean,
I just remember looking at the mock draft board and stuff, and his name, I remember I like took note of it. It was one of the ones that had the biggest risers in terms of rankings. Like throughout the last year, he was like second round and then ended up in the first round, into the first round
Yeah.
as like the year went on. So I personally find that as a red flag most of the time because it's like, is he actually that good or did he just have like a really good draft year? Like, is that, you always think about that. But then
Yeah.
you also think maybe this guy's just turned 18 and now
Maybe
this
the
is-
Rangers saw something that nobody else saw.
Exactly. And I feel like do we trust the Rangers? Do the Rangers, like, are they a good organization? Because they've never won a cup, but I feel like
I
They're
can't
always
really
there.
judge because like I've
They're
only
always there.
seen when was the last time they had a first round pick? I know they had 2 last
That's
year, but we
true.
haven't really seen what they've turned out to be really because it's only been a season.
yeah, I remember looking at the draft board with you and seeing like most recent first round picks for the
2017,
Rangers.
2017, 2011.
It was 2017, 2017, and then I think it was 12, 11, 10 was like it was like
Oh, it
the,
was
the
12?
5, but it was like a 4-year gap, no first round pick.
That's fucked.
But yeah, just
Yeah.
I feel like the Rangers most of the time make the right move. Like they have made some bad moves, but I think this guy will be good for them.
They're also a team that normally doesn't really build through the draft. They're a big city where they can just sign whoever the top
really
free
want.
agents
Yeah,
are.
Exactly.
Number 10 was the Edmonton Oilers. Took Evan Bouchard from the London Knights, 6'2" defenseman.
I wanted Bulquist, but the fact that Evan Bouchard fell here, I'm totally fine because, again, I heard rumors that the Oilers were trying to trade up so they could either get Bulquist or Bouchard. So I'm down.
They got
with
one of them.
The fact that, and then they saw like the first 5
I
picks.
saw that
and they were
report,
just-
yeah.
They saw like the first 5 picks and they're like, okay, I think we actually might be able to get one of them at 10.
A lot of people are saying that
dropped.
a lot of people are saying that this guy seems to be more NHL ready. I don't know whether that's just because he's 6'2" and like he's a little bit bigger than the other
Yeah.
guys, but
Yeah, that's another thing. I think Edmonton needs defense now. They do, and the fact that they drafted this guy and they're saying that, as you said, he's probably the most NHL ready the most NHL ready out of all of them. I think it's
aside from
a good pick.
Dahlin, like let's get
But he
real.
doesn't count.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that's
besides-
I love how
besides
we're
Dahlin.
not even like that's we all knew
It's like
that.
saying who's the best shooter in this draft? It's probably Darling.
But,
Like
like-
like realistically,
Who's the best getter? Who's the best at defense?
All
Literally
of it.
everything.
I really hope they
It's a
don't play him.
face-offs.
I really hope they don't play him though.
I don't think they
I
should
don't,
either.
I don't think they should either. I think that there's a real good chance they do though.
I was gonna say I don't think they should, but they will.
But
'Cause it's
like
Edmonton.
yeah, I'll say 30.
He's a right shot.
yeah.
yeah.
And who's on their right side right now?
Right now, I
Larson,
think it's. I
Benning.
would love to see Bear, Larson,
it's-
and Bouchard as their right side long term. That's not bad.
That's long term, but right now it would be like the Benning, Larson, and then hopefully Ethan Bear.
That's not
I
bad.
think he's
That'll
coming
probably
up.
be like opening day.
Yeah.
And then they're left with like Clefbaum, Russell, and Nurse.
That's not,
It's not
shit.
that bad.
Yeah.
Like saying it on the mic, I feel a lot better about myself.
Wait, who did you say Clefbaum?
Clefbaum, Nurse, and Russell.
So where's Sakara? A waste of $5 million, $5.5 million. Yeah. Okay, we're just not going to talk about.
I
it.
think I heard something about I heard something about Russell getting taught, like him being the one out of the lineup, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's a lot of rumors about Clefbaum going to play. You know what? We're just gonna dive back in here. We were
Islanders
we were,
combo.
we were originally just gonna do the top 10, but we saw that the Islanders had picks 11 and 12, and they
I want
apparently
to talk about that.
Yeah, I know. And that's the other thing. Like, they got 2 guys who everyone thought was definitely going to go in the top 10. They stole Oliver Wahlstrom, who I would have been okay with Montreal taking at 3. I would have been okay. Oh, yeah.
You have a really big boner for this guy.
I-
I like
I-
him,
I-
but
you
like
do.
not as big
do.
as you.
He looks, in my opinion, like, especially if you look at all of his stats and whatever, he looked like the better shooter. He looked better. He looked like the number 1 goal scorer in the draft. And that's why I was crazy about him.
Is he the one who did that like spin around?
Yeah. I don't really look at that too much. Like,
He keeps mentioning,
But-
oh, he was the guy who did this. It's like, yeah, we know. But Noah Dobson, I think
also, random fact, heaviest guy in the first round. Oliver Wahlstrom.
He was the heaviest guy drafted in the first round.
210 pounds.
he's a fucking big boy.
6'1".
Wow. Crap.
Dude, that's
I would
actually
just-
insane.
Yeah, like he's a big fella. Like he
No.
might be in H already. You never know.
The that 210 was the heaviest first round pick.
Yeah, I think that's the craziest thing.
I thought for sure there would have been someone who was like,
250, like
Not even
220,
another
yeah.
one in the 200s.
Yeah.
That was the only one.
and like now that I'm thinking about like the kids who walked up to that draft floor, not many of them.
They're
got-
pretty
that
slim,
big.
pretty slim dudes.
But like there's no like Chris Pronger who was drafted. Like there was no
Yeah.
like big like 6'4", 220 defenseman.
Chris Pronger's got tiny feet.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip over that.
What?
Keith Kachuk said it. I didn't.
And the 12th overall pick,
He's got tiny feet.
Noah
tiny
Dobson.
feet.
Noah
Tiny
Dobson
toes.
from Acadie. I'm not even gonna try.
Do it. No, I want to hear it.
Come on.
Say it.
Bathurst.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
I mean, the guy won the Memorial Cup. He's a winner. He's already a proven winner at 18 years old. 6'3" defenseman for a team that's needing D. I mean, and Wallstrom's looking like a guy who will probably fit somewhere in your top 6
I know.
long term. Like,
We were, and as soon as wait, no, as soon as the Rangers took that Russian guy, I remember both of me and you were watching the draft together, and we just went,
Islanders are
that
going to
means
get.
they are going to get 2 of 3 really good players because we knew they were either going to get they had the option to get either Bouchard, Dobson, and Wallstrom.
Yeah.
And obviously the Oilers took one of them. But
Okay, so that's all the ones we're going to list off right now. But in your opinion, who do you think were like the real winners in the draft?
I think I like Detroit. I'm a really big fan of Zadina falling that like low to them kind of thing, which 6 isn't low, but for them to get Zadina, I think is a huge boost in their team.
Do you think he plays next year?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, actually,
like,
I'll stop you right there. How many of these guys do you think are going to crack the opening roster?
of the 12 we talked about,
Well, yeah, we'll say in the draft, but most likely it's going to be in the top 12.
how many should or how many will? And also, are we counting plays the whole season?
and I'll say
I'm saying whole season. Like,
Okay, I think Rasmus Dahlin is the only guy who should play the full season in the NHL.
Really?
I was
I
gonna say
believe so.
Svechnikov, and honestly, just because of the Oilers, I think Bouchard's gonna play the whole season.
I definitely think Svechnikov will play on the team. 100%.
I think it will happen.
Yeah.
I think Dahlin's the only one who should though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying who I think, and I think it's gonna be the 3 of Dahlin, Svechnikov, and honestly, just because the Oilers, I think they're gonna play. And knowing them in the past and all that, I know the Oilers are gonna play them.
I think it'll be Dolly and Svechnikov. And I think Zadina is the only one that is really on the bubble. I think the top 2 picks are definitely going to make the team just because the other thing to consider, Carolina has no other better wingers. I think he will walk on the team as
One of the best
one
players.
of the top wingers, especially with Skinner potentially leaving next week.
Do you think Bodqvist might, or is he just too small?
I'm only going to say no just because right-handed defenseman, they got Seabrook, they got Murphy.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to play an 18-year-old
Yeah.
third pair minutes.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's only
Anyways,
$1.65.
you were talking about Detroit winning the draft.
Yeah, I think them getting Zadina and then also Joe Valeno at 30th overall from
He
Jonesville.
was supposed to go like definitely before like 15.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like most places had him like around 10, 12-ish.
Yeah.
And the fact they were able to get him at 30 is stupid.
That's what I saw.
Mhm.
And then you were saying something about their second round picks as well. I didn't really pay that much attention to their second rounds, but you.
They hit home runs with all the guys they picked in the second round. So they
Yeah.
got Jonathan Bergeron, who played in the Swedish or played in
Chili
Sweden.
League? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like the Sweden, like not like the
Elite
one
league with the junior league.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
junior league. But he looked really good. He had like a lot of good like offensive stats. So hopefully that translates to when he plays against men.
Mhm.
We'll find out soon. Jarrett McIsaac, who played for the Halifax Moosehead, was one of their best defensemen throughout the year, and
Yeah.
he was also picked like early in the second round. And I think they had one more guy who was supposed to be like pretty good too. It was like Regula, and they ended up picking him too. And he looks like he could potentially be a top 4D. Like they got a lot of like quality and quantity prospects.
Yeah, and the fact that they're on a rebuild like that, I think these are good players to just start that rebuild.
It just pissed me off that Detroit seems like one of those teams that's had to do a rebuild for so long. And
just-
after the first 2 rounds, like people were like, "Yeah, so they
They
had
did
the
it
best draft, and they'll probably be fine in
Yeah.
like a couple
Yeah.
years. Like, don't worry
Yeah.
about it." It's like, are you kidding me?
So Detroit.
Yeah. So he had Detroit.
If I had to give a name to a winner, we kind of talked about the Islanders already, but I think the way that the Dobson fell to them, and so did Wallstrom. And then even later in the second round, they got this guy Wild, who's a giant American centerman. He was supposed to go in the first round as well.
Who was?
His name, I don't know what his first name is, but he's Wild. Wilde.
Oh yeah, that's the defenseman.
Sorry, he's a
Yeah,
defenseman,
he's a
yes.
D.
Then the other first rounder they took is the Russian centerman, Ishakov, who I've heard things about him too, and he's supposed to be super flashy and like really exciting to watch, which I don't know if the Islanders need another like kind of fancy player.
Hosang.
Like they have Hosang, but that's kind of like the kind of comparable would be
Yeah.
a pretty flashy guy, but he's supposed to be good too.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take it. Your winner is your boys.
Okay, like I don't want to sound like that too much, but like I was this is the first year that I've been like really happy about how the Habs did.
Yeah.
And I'll even like tell you why. It's because I was texting Liam before the draft even, and
He
we were
was one of
talking
our
about
friends.
like a bunch of guys who we were hoping would get picked by the Habs. And I was like, man, there's like 3 guys that I'm really liking as far as like really good offensive centers to take, and it was McShane, Hillis, and O'Brien. Well, O'Brien ended up going 19 overall to Philly, so that was out of the equation. We ended up taking Cam Hillis, who was a point a game in his rookie season with the Guelph Storm.
Not bad.
He started off as the third line center, ended up moving up to the first line, and the crazy thing is that people know him for being like an energy forward. It's not even the
Really?
fact that he's a great like offensive player, that he's got an engine too and he like
Yeah.
motors. Love that pick. I would have been okay with using a second on him, but we used a third because he just slipped. And then we also took Alan McShane, who was a point a game player for the Oshawa Generals. Huge fan of in the 4th round. Not to mention you picked up a 3rd overall pick and you got Kotkaniemi, who's supposed to be a very good center. You got Olofsson, who was another 2nd round pick, who people are saying that is probably pretty close to being NHL ready.
Yeah.
The only problem with him is that he doesn't really have that much offensive game,
Yeah.
really. So you're seeing him more as a bottom 6 center. But at the same time, like, I'm okay with that. You need those guys in your team. And they also picked up another center on top of those guys in Fonstad.
Yeah.
You had Poling, who was your 1st round pick last year. Montreal's centers, who people have been thinking aren't very good, have turned from the worst to they're looking like okay in
Yeah.
like a few years. If like a few of those guys could pan out.
I'm just looking at it. According to their draft board, they took, I guess it's not who they're going to play in the NHL, but they drafted 7 centermen with 11 draft picks. So they definitely targeted a position that they needed.
And there were a few sites that I had loaded when it came to like people getting picked.
Yeah.
The McShane guy who went in the 4th round was on the site that I was looking at was supposed to go 39, and that Hillis guy was 53. So that's getting like some serious value out of your picks too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I was very happy guy.
So who'd the Jets draft? What was
Their
first
2nd
pick?
round pick was Gustafsson.
Gustafsson?
They got, he's a centerman out of Sweden. Don't know too much about him.
People are projecting him to be more or less like a middle 6, like a 2nd, 3rd line type center.
So
but
Paul
like
Stastny.
that's if he really pans out. So you don't really.
Then they took Nathan Smith with the 3rd round, another centerman from, I'm assuming, the U.S. League. It says he's American-born. And then they went two Canadian defensemen in both round 5. And then they went Jared Moe and then Austin Wong in the 6th and 7th round. I don't know anything about any of those guys.
I don't know any of those
But-
guys, I'll be honest.
I like Wong because...
Oddly enough, I was going to say Wong was the only one that I actually heard of before, and he was supposed to go probably around the 3rd round. So that's good value for your pick.
Yeah.
Like I'll
all
take
right.
it. Yeah.
I'm just kind of happy the Jets didn't do anything. I don't think the Jets need to really
They
do
don't
anything.
need to
They
do
didn't.
anything.
Like, you don't need to trade into the 1st round.
Yeah.
You maybe trade down and get other picks, but whatever. Like, just take your guys.
Speaking of trades,
You know you have
Hey,
prospects.
speaking of trades,
what's the only thing that's better than guys getting drafted? Guys getting dealt.
Yes. And big guys getting dealt.
Big guys.
names.
Big names. We've been talking. Well, we've heard like a lot of stuff about Hannafin, but I thought like almost all of that was just pure speculation. But it looks like he actually got sent off. So the deal was it's Noah Hannafin and Elias Lindholm, both RFAs, are going to need new contracts.
For next year?
Yeah,
Okay.
this offseason. And they went for Doogie Hamilton, Michael Furland, and prospect Adam Fox, who is still unsigned, and he has 1 more year to sign before becoming an unrestricted free agent.
Like 2 weeks or like a whole
A
another
whole
season?
year.
Okay.
Like a whole year.
Okay. Yeah, we're fine.
I think as we were talking about before, I think Michael Furland is very underrated in this trade.
I personally love him. I loved him when he played for Brandon, and he got like, what, 20 goals, 20 assists last year? He's a 2020 guy?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But there has to be something wrong with Dougie Hamilton. I think Dougie Hamilton is a like top 10 right Ds in the league. I really like Dougie Hamilton.
So the main reason
I
why
don't know why why did he get traded from Boston? Why did he get traded from Calgary? Why is he moving around so much? There must be something there.
So I'm looking at why he left Boston, and honestly, I just don't
That
think
was,
he was.
money and...
I think it was.
bad.
I think a lot of it was money, and the other thing was Boston didn't like playing him. They kept playing him on the 3rd pair, even though he was their best offensive defenseman.
Dude.
I didn't get it.
It just like Sagan. Both him and Sagan were treated like garbage.
Yeah.
Like they did not get any respect there. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, so like I kind of get that trade out of there, but the main reason why was because when they brought Hamilton in and they traded for Hamonic, right?
Yeah.
Their plan was to put TJ Brody, who is a left shot. He prefers the right side. They put him to the left side, and they're like, okay, well, we'll just roll with Gio Hamilton and then Brody and Hamonic. Well, it didn't really work out that way because Brody was uncomfortable on the left side, wasn't doing as good. So their plan is to put Brody back to the right and play with Giordano because not last year, but the year before that, they played together the entire year and were great.
One of the best pairs in the league.
And they're hoping that those two can be the offensive guys while the second pair of Hannafin and Hamonic defending.
Yeah.
That's a great shutdown pair.
Yeah, and you were right about Michael Furling. He's 21 goals, 20 assists, 41 points.
Okay, so 2020. Yeah. Good guess.
But yeah, I still remember like back in the day going like to a Brandon hockey tournament and Michael Furling was playing.
Oh yeah, I saw Michael
Two
Furling
fights.
play at like
2 fights, 3 goals, 2 assists, 1 game. I was like,
Yeah, he does everything. He does it all.
that's who I want on my team. And like, and honestly, watching him play in Calgary, especially like as an Edmonton fan, I was like always like, this Michael Furling guy, I'm a huge fan of. I think he's gritty. I think he can put the puck in the net, and he just scores those like Keith Tkachuk goals, like right out front of the net, tipping goals or rebounds. I'm a big fan of him.
The real question I have about this trade is, well, there's two. One is, can Lindholm raise his game? He's gotten back-to-back, like, 45-point years. I'm pretty sure it was, like, 15 goals and 30 assists in both of them. But at the same time, he's playing in Carolina. He's not playing with a couple of, like,
Johnny
real
Gaudreau.
offensive dynamos. Now he's going to be playing... opening night, he's going to get the crack to go with Gaudreau and Monahan, right?
I hope so.
He's got to be. He's our center right winger, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's who they were going to put him with.
Yeah,
They've already talked about it.
So that's, like, the idea, I think. But is he going to be able to really succeed there, or...
Dude, I think Carolina definitely won this trade.
You think it's a lock? Even what if Adam? And well, I was gonna say the second thing is, does Fox sign?
Yeah,
If Fox doesn't, he will just walk, and then it's just 2 for 2.
then that's a lot different of a trade. But I think Adam Fox is going to be a really good defenseman in this league.
I do as well.
I saw him at the World Juniors last year, and
I was sold.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a really good defenseman. I think Hannafin is a second pair guy. I don't think he's ever going to be able to raise his game to top pair level, like he was projected as a top 5 pick.
Really?
I don't think he will. I think him and Hamonic are very comparable defensemen. Like, and I think his ceiling is like what Hamonic has been in his career.
I was going to say that's how.
Because Hannafin got like 30-something points, and he didn't get power play time this year, or he didn't get too much because they kept giving it to freaking Justin Falk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how this trade's going to go. If Hannafin does hit the ceiling of like a Dougie Hamilton, I think that Calgary's winning this trade. Or sorry,
Okay,
Calgary's
so
winning this trade, but
the way I see it, I see Hamilton more as like a 50-point defenseman, but I think he's a lot better offensively than he is defensively.
Okay.
And I see Hannafin as a guy who will probably get like 40 points, 45 maybe in like a career year.
But is a really good defensive
But
defenseman.
he's way better defensively than Hamilton might be.
That is true. Yeah, I think we obviously, you can't really pick a winner right off the hop because
We also need to see what deals they end up giving.
That is
Lindholm
also
and
true
Hannafin.
because they could, if they give him stupid contracts, then this
yeah.
looks bad.
Yeah.
But
And they were talking about Lindholm saying that he wanted like around 5.5 a year, and it's like I don't think he's worth it. 45 points isn't worth that.
who do you think Dougie Hamilton's going to play with in Carolina?
That's a really good question. Because I think they're going to stick with Slavin and Pesci as one pair. I don't think they're done yet because I don't think they're going to walk into game one with
Falk.
Pesci, Falk, and Hamilton. I think Falk's done.
I think Falk's done as well.
I think Falk's on the move.
Does that mean they're picking up a left-handed defenseman?
I think that might be.
Yeah.
But what's a team that has way too many left-handed defensemen to do with them?
Well, actually, Edmonton.
Oh, shut up.
Edmonton. Sakara, Russell, Clefbaum.
Falk for Clefbaum, would you do it?
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. I
Wow.
think Clefbaum had the one season where he was good, and I don't like Clefbaum that much.
Okay.
I think he had the one breakout season when they went into the playoffs there, and I don't think he's going to do anything else.
It's too early to tell right now, but just based on the fact that Fox, you really don't know what you're getting, and there's a chance that he doesn't really sign, and the fact that he wasn't willing to sign to Carolina or to Calgary,
That's
like I'm pretty sure that that's saying like, look, I want to be able to pick where I go in a calendar year from now, so for that reason, I'm probably just gonna stick with Calgary, and also because like I like the younger guys, like you
never know.
yeah,
and when these guys were drafted, like these are 2 5th overall picks that are going to Calgary, they both were.
Yeah, they're both 5th
oh,
overall.
I didn't realize Elias Lindholm was, but yeah,
Yeah.
that you say it.
So like that's quite a bit of upside you got there.
Do
So
you know what Adam Fox was drafted?
I think he was a 2nd round pick.
Because Dougie was 9th overall.
Was he 9th?
Yeah.
I thought he was
Either
9 or
11.
10.
No, he's 9, and then he's 66th overall, so 3rd round.
Okay.
Fox.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, we also had the other deal, which was very interesting. We got
This is the one I
Colorado,
want-
Colorado picking up a goalie.
I want to talk about this.
I was
one
gonna
a
say, I
lot.
thought this was really weird.
Grubauer and Brooks Orpik for a second-round pick, which was 47th overall.
Mm-hmm.
But what was funny was the Carolina Hurricanes offered number 42, which is 5 slots higher, and the Capitals said no because they didn't want to be trading Grubauer to a team that's in their
In the
division.
division.
If it's a situation where both deals were on the table and it's like pick one, I think they made the right choice
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know what their draft board
You
looked
probably
like.
ended up getting the same guy.
I don't know what it looked like, but probably. And clearly they weren't in love with someone who they wanted to take at 47 to make the trade,
Mhm.
or sorry, at 42 to they didn't care if they would drop down to make
Exactly.
the trade. But I think Grubauer's a good goalie. And I think him and Varlamov as 1A, 1B is actually a really solid tandem.
So you're saying that they're going to walk in with both those guys?
I don't know. I don't know about that. But we always talk about goaltender needs. The biggest thing recently has been the Islanders. Do you think Varlamov then goes to the Islanders now? Or
That's
and
what I was
they're both
thinking.
signed, so they got to trade probably Varlamov because they just got
Or-
Grubauer.
I was looking at a lot of people saying that Leonard was going to go with the Islanders. I think that's a horrible fit, but
I
like
don't
that
like
was
Leonard
just
at
what I
all.
heard. I think Leonard's a backup goalie.
Speaking of Leonard, sorry, I wanted to throw this in while we were talking about this trade. Was it 2 or 3 drafts ago? Leonard went for the 20th overall pick.
Colin White.
I don't care who it was, but it was the 20th pick.
Yeah.
How much better has Grubauer, or sorry, how much worse has Grubauer been than who we were just talking about? Leonard.
Yeah,
I know there's the Orpik contract attached to it, which is a big factor because it's a lot of money.
Yeah, that contract ended up getting bought out, so now the Colorado Avalanche are going to have to take a cap hit of like, I think it's $1.5 million to 2 million
for 1 year.
for 2 seasons.
For 2 seasons?
Well, yeah, because it's bought out, so it's double the term.
Right. Okay, well, I don't know how much the deal was in with that, but to me, Leonard and Grubauer should have had equal value out of the draft. So do you think, in looking at both trades, which trade looks better to you?
This one.
Yes, I totally agree,
Yeah.
and I don't understand why couldn't what. So how did Buffalo give up the 20th for Leonard when they were only able
David
to give-
Lakeland was also involved in that trade. So
there was another cap involved?
yeah, it was a cap dump that was also involved, yeah. In David Lakeland.
He went he was traded with Leonard or against Leonard?
I'm pretty sure Lakeland went to Ottawa.
Okay, that actually sounds right. Now that
Yeah,
you
that
say
does.
that,
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember thinking about that trade, and I was like, I liked Robin Leonard out of the gate, and so giving up a 20th overall for him, I would thought that was actually pretty fair at the time. Obviously, look back at it now, probably a little bit wrong,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like the move for Colorado. I think it's a really good pick.
I honestly would have liked them to have kept Orpik. I would have loved to have seen Orpik and Zadorov on the left side just annihilate people, and then your right side be your puck movers in Barry and Makar.
Yeah.
And then Eric Johnson's no slouch either. He can.
I was like,
He's a boy and a
yeah,
half.
isn't he their best defenseman?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
still
he's their
there?
number 1 D. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it for Colorado. I was a big fan. And then, the reason why they did that trade was to open up cap space to sign
John Carlson.
John
Carlson
Carlson.
8 for 8.
Very deserving.
He picked a hell of a year to have a career year.
Yeah, he did.
He picked a hell of a year.
Before this season, how much do you think he'd be making? If it wasn't for how good he did this season, if say
He earned himself.
stayed on pace.
He earned himself at least $2 million.
I was
a season?
Gonna
Yeah.
say he was about 5.5, or maybe
No,
6.
he was
Five
probably
and a half, 6.
He's probably 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
He earned himself. No. He earned himself about $16 million extra dollars because he earned
Yeah.
$2 million each year.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he probably earned himself a couple more years too, because I wouldn't have been super gung ho about 8 years at $6 million for him, last year.
yeah, maybe we've gone
It
like a
would
7 or 6 year
probably
deal.
6 for 6 instead of 8 for 8.
Yeah,
I also think he got stumped that he wasn't nominated for the Norris.
he was 5th in voting, I think.
5th?
Fifth
Who-
or sixth.
Do you know who was 4th?
Seth Jones was right behind Subban.
Really?
Yeah, it was the voting
A lot
was
of people
very close.
loved Mike
I was a
Seth
re-
Jones this year.
I actually had if I was voting, I would have had Jones over Subban.
Really?
Yeah.
He did
And
it
I'm
all
a
year.
big Subban guy, but Jones is.
cover boy of
He's-
NHL 19.
I really like Jones this year. Big fan.
Oh man, Columbus up in the future with Werenski and Seth Jones. They're 1 and 2.
Great.
Deadly.
I thought that was gonna be enough to,
Keep Panarin.
or no, I was gonna say beat the Caps, but apparently not.
Nope.
Yeah, did you guys hear about that thing? Panarin wants like out of Columbus.
Okay, so it's not entirely that. It's that Columbus wants to extend him,
Yeah.
And he doesn't
and
want to
he
talk.
says I don't want to talk right now.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a like.
Why wouldn't you though?
But now I'm like
Devil.
I'm looking at all these reports, and apparently parents like, I'd like to go to either L.A., Chicago, or New York,
I saw
or
that,
Florida,
too.
or something like that. And it's like, if you're only giving 3 options, that's not really working with the team. And if you look at the teams he listed, one of them just signed Ilya Kovalchuk to a 3-year deal, so they're kind of strapped for cash right now.
Oh, that's it.
And then Chicago and New York, they're not looking to win right now.
No, they aren't. They're both in rebuild.
So what's the point in that? Maybe Long Island, but I don't think that's New York he's talking about.
Which honestly, New York, I don't think like the Rangers. I don't think they're in a rebuild. I honestly don't. I don't think Lundqvist is gonna sit there and be like, in my last few years, I don't want to be sitting there rebuilding a team.
I'm pretty sure
But-
that's what they told him in February,
fuck.
where they're like, "Look, we're gonna rebuild
Yeah,
because
dude,
we're gonna
of
haul
the-
this whole thing
Really?
down. Are you gonna be a part of it or not?"
I think. Oh, sorry. We were talking about Rangers.
Rangers, yeah, we're talking
Rangers
about
and being
Lundqvist.
a rebuild.
Who was the other team? LA and then Chicago.
Chicago.
I think
I
Chicago
think-
isn't less of a rebuild than the Rangers.
Really?
Yes, because they still have Kane and Taves. Like they have 2 guys,
Yeah.
and they're both at more money than Lundqvist with more
Oh, yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, and if you look at the core for the Rangers right now, they're all younger.
Yeah.
Like all the guys
Yeah,
that they're keeping.
true.
You got Zibanejad, Kreider. I know Zuccarello's like a little bit up there.
Yeah, VC.
But then you look at
Mestikov.
Anderson, who's looking really good. VC.
and they're the one who have Peterson, right? Like,
Elias Peterson.
Peterson?
That's
That's
Vancouver.
Oh, that's Vancouver. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, he looks good.
Yeah, he
Um,
does.
Okay, so yeah, Carlson getting 8 for 8. He got $8 million.
Yeah.
He's the second best free agent this year.
Yes.
John Tavares, people were believed he was going to be signing with the Islanders, is now talking to teams, and apparently he has meetings. He has had meetings
This
with
today.
the Dallas Stars, the San Jose Sharks, the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
He had meetings with
also-
all 5 today.
Those are the 5 that he's supposed to meet over the weekend,
Okay.
along with the New York Islanders, of course.
Yeah.
He's also supposed to talk to 2 to 3 teams over the phone. And of those 2 to 3, he's supposed to meet them in person later on,
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 of those teams.
Okay.
I think.
So there was also a rumor that Montreal and Vegas were 2 of those teams.
Okay.
And then there's just like one random
Yeah.
dark horse that's randomly
Yeah.
thrown in there. Maybe St. Louis, I'd be guessing, because that seems like the only other team that really needs a center.
I think the Islanders are doing everything they can to keep him right now.
I think they
They
did
better
everything.
be.
They did everything. They have done
they've
everything
done
right in the last month
Exactly.
to keep
They
him
have
around.
done
The
everything.
only thing they haven't done is got a goalie yet.
And that's.
And they were close
and
to doing
I was
that.
gonna say once they get that goalie, I think like that is all they can do for Tavares to say. Because you look at them getting Trotz, you look at them getting Lou Lamoriello,
Mhm.
and then again the whole thing keeping pucks out of your net. You get a Grubauer, you get a Varlamov from Colorado, anything like that
I had a different guy for them to get, actually.
for a goalie.
Yeah.
Mason.
No, they were talking about Craig Anderson potentially being available in Ottawa.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And, well, they sold Hoffman for peanuts. What do you think they're going to do with Craig Anderson? The guy's 37.
well, I think that Hoffman thing was also because of what happened. But,
I know, but
But you want to say that the Sens are sellers and easy sellers.
I do not think Craig Anderson is the answer. He's 37 years old, man.
that's
37?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, I said
And-
he's 37. Yeah, he's
Shit,
old.
yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
not the answer.
But
And he's also coming off like a career worst year.
Which I think
Yeah.
Anderson's pretty up and down. He's like always has one good season.
You're
one
right, he
bad,
is-
The
one good,
other-
one bad. So
the other thing to consider though is like we talked about this like a few podcasts ago, how the Islanders have like a couple really
They have 2
really
good prospects.
They have 2 really good prospects who are going to be over in like
A year
a
or
year
two.
or two. So why not get a goalie who's going to be able to fill in the gap for maybe a year or two?
yeah, and you have the 2. Are we talking about their draft picks this year?
I don't know if you win Tavares over with, don't worry, our goalie will be here in a year, though. They've been telling him that for 8 years. We'll get a
That
goalie
is
soon.
true.
We'll get a goalie soon. How much longer? And then, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a thing where they, like, if it's a factor of, like, winning
Yeah.
and, like, having a good, like, the best team on the ice,
Yeah.
the Islanders have not put the best team on the ice yet.
Okay, but like if you don't look at last year, the guy's save percentage has been 926, 916, 923 over those 3 seasons, and that's from his ages of
34 to 36.
yeah, like
How many games did he have in all those seasons?
Well, like for goalies, like it's kind of different, but on
But
average,
because there was that one year where Hammond came in.
Like, and he's had a little bit of injuries here.
40, 60, and 35, which is those are starter numbers.
That's honestly not that bad. I think because what was the one year that Hammond came in and stole the show for a little bit there?
That's probably the
That was
35.
probably the 35 one then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll say it is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, it's top of my head. But yeah,
I don't know. What's his contract? How much what's his money?
2 years at like 4.7.
Okay.
I'm such a loser. God damn it.
Gay boy.
No, we don't have cap friendly up. Dalkey just knows these off the top of his head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fact check myself right now.
Okay.
I'll be totally honest.
Yeah,
Watch
I'll
this
do
like
too.
4.75, like just off by that, just a little
Just
bit.
to piss him off. He's such an OCD person. That's what's gonna piss him off.
It was also 4.75. Just saying. Anyways, who do you think he'll go to though? Tavares.
Where?
Yeah. What do you think is the best fit for him? I'll say that. Not where do you think he's going to go. Where do you think is the best fit for him to go out of the teams that are for sure going to be meeting with him? So the 6 that we were talking about.
I think it's the Islanders.
I'm in the same.
I think the best chance still is that he returns there, and I think just fit wise, every team needs a top line center, but if they lose theirs, they're fucked.
Yeah.
If I'm him, I'm looking at everything that San Jose is doing.
I know, that's my second team.
I think it's those two. I think they're the only two that make sense to me. Like, I'm looking at the other ones, so I'll knock them all out right now. You got Dallas cannot get him.
Who do you think he's going to, Devin?
I think he's gonna stay with the Islanders, but
Okay.
I want him to go to the Leafs.
Oh, God. Okay,
because the Leafs have what $30 million in cap space this year.
it's...
Or it's something high like that.
Dude, but you look at it,
you give him $15 million.
Yeah, they have like
this
20.
year.
Yeah, 25 million.
You give him $15 million this year for 1 year.
That's not
Obviously,
gonna
he's not going to do that, but that's what I want him to do.
yeah.
Do a $15 million deal for 1 year in Toronto, and then just go wherever he wants after
Dude,
that.
I heard you know when we get like hypotheticals and it ends up getting like when it's like what if McDavid was traded for Crosby type of hypotheticals. I saw one of those where it was what if Tavares, Doughty, and Carlson all are like, all right, Tavares, I'm gonna sign for 1 year with the Leafs, and then next year we're all going to free agency and we're big threeing it like the Heat did in like 8 years ago. Like
We aren't basketball.
dude, could you imagine that? Like
That'd be insane.
if those three guys like a team like I don't know, I'm imagining a team like
Which team has the
Arizona-
most cap space?
yeah.
The New York Islanders.
Are you kidding me?
$33 million.
Oh my god!
But it would
With
be
only 13 guys signed.
it would be next year's team. Like remember this would
Yeah.
be like a year from now.
A year from now, yeah.
But so like a team would have a lot of time to ship out players, contracts, like free up cap space.
Like
That
Vegas
would be-
shipping out Neil and Perron.
Exactly. It would
Exactly,
be fucking
yeah.
crazy. Could
And
you
they-
imagine?
Dude, actually, okay, now I'm saying it out loud, that makes a lot of sense. Because we read a stat that was like Vegas has no guys that have a contract besides Marchessault got the extension. I think everyone on their team that they picked is up in like, I think it was 3 years,
Yeah,
2
they don't,
years.
they don't have much
They
long
don't,
term
they don't
deals.
have term, yeah.
so yeah, just all three of them.
Could you imagine if some like
I would love to see
crazy
that.
Yeah.
I think San Jose makes way too much sense. I think they have the goalie right now. I like Martin Jones a lot.
I was gonna say I like Martin Jones.
If you have Vlasic and Burns each on a pair, you're fine. And then if you have one line of, let's say hypothetically,
Pavelski,
Donskoy, Couture, and Pavelski as one line,
then
and your
Kane,
other line
Thornton,
would have Hurdle,
Kane.
Tavares, and
Kane.
Kane.
oh yeah, Kane. Oh my god, I forgot about Kane.
Yeah.
Oh my god, put Kane with Couture and Pavelski, and then put
Donskoy.
Donskoy,
Hurdle, Tavares, and yeah, either Donskoy or that Meyer guy. He was a 10th overall
Timo.
I
pick.
think you gotta sell Tavares that he's gonna get Pavelski on his wing.
Yeah.
Or at least like
Or vice versa, him
Or-
go on the
or
wing
Kane
with
or-
Pavelski.
yeah, like I don't think you can
He'll be the top line center. Sorry, like reverse the way I said that, and
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
whatever.
It's like,
But having, yeah, I think that would be a solid 1-2, and then Tierney is your 3, and it doesn't matter who you're 4 because
It's
you're
like
playing your top 2 centers the entire goddamn
it's
game.
like saying Bozak's the number 1 center in like Leafs Nation. It's like it's.
Yeah,
But
I
so,
think-
so you think San Jose is the best fit for
I
him?
think the best fit for him, especially if he wants to win right now,
would be
is
San
San
Jose.
Jose. But I really don't think he's gonna leave. I don't think there's a
I don't
chance.
think he's gonna leave.
I think he's doing this just. I think Stamkos did the same thing. He talked to like
He
other
talked-
teams, but like he eventually came
Yeah.
back.
It was like what would be like now is when Stamkos signed. Like tomorrow would be the equivalent. where it was like 10 days before the draft or so.
Yeah.
Last question about this guy: how much is he signed for? If he stays like 11,
I think if he
I was
stayed,
gonna say 10.5.
the reported was 10.75 is what the last
Yeah,
like
that was the
that's
last
what
thing I read too.
the
Yeah.
Islanders tabled is
Yeah.
it was 8 years 10.75. If he goes to free agency, I think he gets 11.5.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
If-
gonna say 11.5 to 12.
So reports are if he stays in the Isle, it's 10.75. So
And
that's
it's
my answer.
10.75?
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say 10.5 if you stay with the Islanders, but
Close enough.
Devin, I do love your idea of him going to the Leafs and just like
15 mil a year.
Just saying
man.
fuck
saying
it.
Fuck it.
not even 1 year, just actually signing with the Leafs and like how crazy Toronto sports
then
would be.
they no, because they have to sign. Or sorry,
Where would
Nylander,
that rank
Marner-
among center? Like,
Dude,
one,
they
two
would-
Marner
punch.
would
Would that
have
be
to,
number
like-
one?
basically shipped out.
long term, they would be fucked.
They'd be so fucked because then they have to sign Matthews and Marner
And Nylander.
and
Nylander.
Nylander.
Yeah, and by the way, they're all leaving $1 million contracts and
Yeah.
getting $5 to like $10 million raises.
Marner apparently his like family and him are like really close and expect him to be a $10 million man.
I heard that too.
I heard that too. They're saying that he's looking for Jack Eichel money, and you are high as a kite if you think that Marner is getting that money.
Well, obviously you're like because like his family's the one saying that and saying they're like his like PR kind of thing and
Yeah,
they're saying
yeah.
obviously you're gonna pump your own son's tires or like your family member's tires and say you deserve
There's
10.
one thing to say, I'm pumping the kid's tires. There's another thing to say that
You're
he should
fucking
be
him
a
over.
top 10 paid forward in the league. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
And he's not even the best guy.
No,
He's not even the best forward on the
he's-
team.
No, and low key I kind of like Nylander more.
Not after last
Not
year.
even a little bit. I,
I
love
like-
Marner way
I
more
like
than Nylander.
Ooh,
Oh no, Marner's
that's a
way- I
whole
love-
nother topic.
Yep. All
Okay.
right, should we dump into
I'm gonna jump into a super random
Let's
hypothetical.
get into hypotheticals.
Let's get it.
We've
Let's
done
get
a
it.
lot of hockey. Let's get into it.
Okay. So my parents and I were talking, and we said we were talking about like how I grew up, and we got a cabin when I was 8. And I said, "Did you guys ever consider getting a pool or any like a pool at home instead of a cabin?" And my parents said, "Yeah, we thought about doing it." And so then we got into the topic, pool or hot tub. Pool.
I'm 100%.
I'm looking at Colin here because Colin owns 2 pools.
He's like, can I get rid of one and get a hot tub?
I'm
not
pro-
going to
I'm
confirm
pro-
or deny what if I was going to.
I am pro hot tub over pool.
So pro pool.
I'm going to say pool. There's a few reasons why, but one of the big ones is if you want to have like a crazy party, you cannot have a crazy like party with a bunch of people in a hot. Dude, a hot tub can only fit so many people in it though. A pool can fit. You can throw so many goddamn bodies in that pool. Are you kidding me?
How many times have we ever had more than like 7 people in your pool?
My
His
birthday.
birthday definitely had more.
Like
Birthday
at one
definitely.
time?
That's because people were
But I think
drinking
hot tubs
shit
are more for.
during- but-
Exactly.
Yeah, but you could. At my dad's house, we've had like definitely over 20. At one time, yeah, that has happened. Well over.
Hot tub's better than pool because you can enjoy it all year round.
It's very hard to enjoy a hot tub at plus 30.
I totally agree. I do not like hot tubs when it's like plus
Are you
30.
kidding me?
If it's, even if it's like over 25, I'm not a fan.
Why not? It is so relaxing on your body.
It's so hot
I don't-
already.
It's
I don't-
hot and jets and it's just comforting.
I don't find hot tubs like that amusing. Like I'm like even if I go
Oh,
to
it's so
even if I go to like a
relaxing.
pool,
Okay,
like,
I'm
with a hot
not
tub
on
and
his
all
side on this, but
that, I'm not a fan of hot tubs in general.
It's like, okay, for me, neck and neck, sauna and hot tub in terms of like comfort, they are both amazingly so good. And like, I love jumping in them.
do you have a opinion on sauna or hot tub?
I'm a sauna guy.
I am 100% a sauna guy.
You can't, no one has a sauna in their house though.
I
You have it
know.
at a cabin or something.
Yeah.
But
Hashtag Will.
Will
Pill Wervis. No,
Hot tubs
I'm
are so
a
much
huge
better.
pool guy. Just
Oh no,
'cause
I would definitely go with the pool.
I think I'm a pool guy just because of the whole like
more
summer
expensive,
aspect.
more maintenance.
Oh, I
in a
don't care.
pool?
Wait, we're not factoring that in.
Yeah.
Why aren't you?
I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't factoring that in, but I still am going with pool. I think pool outweighs it so much more.
Oh, I swear to God, if when you own a home, you are gonna change your mind.
Well, no kidding, because I'm not gonna be able to afford a
Pool or a hot
pool.
tub?
Yeah,
Oh.
you will.
hot tub. Hot tub. We can. We'll see what happens there, but.
Hot tub's so much better. Than
Don't kid yourself. I'm a big fan. There's nothing like sitting in a hot tub and not having to go inside to grab a beer because guess what? You just put it in the snow.
I don't think
It's gonna stay cold.
You're making that such a huge factor.
That is the highlight. That is the number one point you can be making about a hot tub.
My huge thing is I'd rather dive in a pool and cool off in like plus 30 weather than go in a hot tub in minus 30 weather. That makes sense?
See, okay.
Did I say that right? Did I say that
I think that he's like
Not-
he has an okay opinion, but he's just shitting on hot tubs too much. That's what it is.
Not the biggest fan of hot tubs.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say.
It's backwards
If it's
friends.
He's bass backwards.
if it's over 20, if it's over 20 degrees, a pool is better.
Yeah.
If it's under 20 degrees Celsius, a hot tub is better in every situation. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is.
If I'm buying a pool or a hot tub in Winnipeg, I'm buying a hot tub.
Pool. I'm doing pool.
I think I will probably between the two. If you're asking me what am I more likely to buy, it will definitely be hot tub. But if you give me like a preference of which I'd rather have, it's definitely pool.
Because
Even though I do see the upside in both, but it's just
I'm also just like thinking about like I know about your guys' backyards. You couldn't fit a pool comfortably in your backyard.
yeah, you could.
Oh yeah, my backyard's big.
Yeah, it's a pretty big backyard. Yeah.
It would not
Not
easily fit a
in the
pool.
current layout. You'd have to rearrange your. I think your garage couldn't be there, and with like
You could easily put it on like the south to north side.
Yeah.
So it was like lengthways south to north and narrow east to west. So like
It's not gonna be that big, but
it wouldn't be that big, but it would be a decent sized pool. And I'm also thinking, say we had a friend who did have a hot tub.
Mhm.
Would we go to the hot tub more in the winter than his pool in the summer?
No.
I'm thinking, say Colin had a hot tub. I think we would be going to his pool more than we would his hot tub.
I disagree, but I see your argument because we don't have we have
Yeah,
we have
less
we have,
usage.
hot, we have hot tub acquaintances
I was gonna
and
say-
we never go there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Luke has a hot tub at his mom's house. He just doesn't use it.
No. Where?
Domo
It's-
has a
Domo
hot
has a
tub.
hot
Domo
tub.
has a hot tub. I know that.
And we go there, what, twice?
I haven't been there yet.
Oh,
I've been
I-
outside of his
I-
house multiple occasions. I've never actually been in that
I
house.
think I've been to his hot tub twice, and it was to figure out Banff 2 years in a row.
Anyway, settled. Any more points
we have-
about pool or hot tub?
Pool.
Pool.
Hot tub.
Okay,
Cool.
Done. All right, now to hit up our
No,
favorite.
say the abbreviation. Say the abbreviation. Say it.
Why is it always me?
Fucking hate it.
Why the fuck is it always me?
You wrote it
What
down.
pdua?
Oh, no,
It's
just say W.
okay. Well, that's a little bit more lame, but WATPBDTW. What are the Puck Boys doing this weekend?
Okay, it was so funny because Colin was typing it out earlier, and he's going, "What are?" And he was only clicking one letter for each like word. It was like, "Are you doing like the abbreviation? Or what is that called? Like when did
Acronym?
Acronym. So he was only doing like the acronym for it. It was the funniest thing ever. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't know the word for
It's okay. I had it on deck. I knew you were gonna ask. I knew you were gonna
I
ask.
kept on seeing abbreviation because abbreviation would just be like something like Devin, Dev. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, English major over here.
Nailed it.
I'm going to a fucking second wedding for the same goddamn person. 2 weekends in a row. And I'm
I hope
seeing
it's not different bride and groom.
Same one. It was a good time the first time. I got absolutely hammered. Free booze.
You can never complain about free booze.
Oh,
Never.
and you can never deny free booze. If someone gives you a free drink at the bar, depending.
That's not
Oh,
true.
yeah, I was gonna say, are
very
you kidding
depending
me?
If they say, "Can I buy you a drink?" You have to like take it honestly.
Again, I think it depends.
It
I would-
totally depends on the situation. Dude, if a 2 walks up to you and says, "Yo, Devin, can I buy you a drink?" You're not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say.
taking I love your face and voice for real too.
Who is that an impression of?
That was an impression of a 2.
First of all, that two's not knowing my name.
Well, clearly she is if she's buying you a drink.
Yeah. I honestly, I would let a 2 buy me a drink. Even a gay guy walks up, good, buy me a drink. I'm down.
Okay, different situation. You are 14 deep and don't need a 15th or else you're going to throw up. Then you turn that drink down, buddy.
Yeah, that's good, but
And I've been in that situation before.
damn, that's good. Okay, you got me there. You got me there.
So-
I'm okay. Any other time?
Oh, dude, I'm like 98% of situations,
Yeah,
yes
accepting
to
a free
free
drink,
drink.
yeah.
But there are a few where you don't.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, if I'm ever,
What if your crazy ex-girlfriend came up to you and said, "Hey, drink this. I bought it for
Okay,
you.
no, it's not a.
No, because there's a difference
buying a
between
drink. If
yeah.
you go
Can
up
I
to
buy
the
you a
bar
drink
with them and
or
they buy
drink
it.
this? When it's drink this, it's I probably won't even
That's
have it.
true.
Honestly.
That's
I
true.
probably wouldn't
Unless,
buy it.
unless I know the like
Unless
people
you,
like really
they're
well,
there with a person, like they're like, oh here, I bought 2, or the guy gave me a free one, or whatever. Like,
or you start doing rounds with your buddies, and it's like I'll get
Or-
the first round, you guys do the second
Yeah.
one, then I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. But if somebody comes up to me at the bar and says, "Drink this,"
drink?
Okay, what if your crazy ex-girlfriend said, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?"
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
You're so. That's not a good situation.
Are you thinking about me?
I'm thinking about
I'm
crazy
also-
ex-girlfriends,
I'm
and I
also
don't think
thinking-
that's a good situation.
for me, I only have like really like one ex girlfriend who would do that,
I
and
only got one ex-girlfriend who would do that.
I don't think she would do anything like sketchy about it. I would
thing
take
is
the
I-
drink and just like leave, but
Mine might.
yeah, I would be scared for you. I
That's
would,
why I'm
with
looking
you, I
at
would
you.
not.
Still do it.
With
Still
I,
do
with
it.
you, I would not. With
I'd
me,
still do
I
it.
would definitely roll the
I'd
dice.
still do it. Anyways, what are you guys doing this weekend?
Canada Day, dude. We got
Yeah,
July 1st. We
party.
got signings galore for NHL.
Oh
On the Monday.
Yeah.
No, on the Sunday.
Do we have? We have
Oh
the,
right,
it's
Canada
on
Day
Canada
is
Day.
Do we have the
Sunday.
Monday off?
Yep.
Fucking
It's a-
Lord.
You
Long
should.
weekend. We're gonna be putting in a shift. We got
The house.
yeah, it's gonna be a pool party. Pool party Canada Day.
Should be hot.
I don't hear a fucking hot tub, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, should be good. And then Friday, probably just party.
You know, we'll all hang out in the pool, and you can just
If you had a hot tub here, I would hang in the hot tub.
you hang in the hot tub before the pool.
Yes.
Fuck, you're so
So wrong.
you're wrong.
Which
Wrong.
okay, I'm totally coming back to this. The only way I'm actually kind of down for a hot tub being better than a pool is
I thought
when you
we moved
like
on.
you chill in the hot tub first and then jump in the pool. That is always like really satisfying. I'll give you that. But I still think pools are better.
I'd rather do the other way around.
Dude, even
Really? No, I'm always get really hot in the hot tub and then jump in the cool pool.
Okay, yeah, actually, no, yeah, that's right.
you know what I do? I just jump in the hot tub, then the pool, and then the hot tub.
That's too much work.
There's a lot of hopping.
yeah.
A lot of hot.
Law hopping.
That's when you're grabbing drinks, bud.
Yeah.
Not of it. Yeah. So we're just partying.
What are we doing this weekend? We have no set in stone. I don't think any of other than you have your wedding.
Other than my wedding, yeah.
we don't have.
Sunday. Sunday it's gonna be at my
Wait.
casa.
What are you guys doing like Saturday night? Because I think the wedding ends at like 1:30. If you boys are still partying, I'm down to party.
I guarantee you, I will be awake at 1:30
Or would you
doing
like
something.
or would you guys like to
stupid.
come crash the wedding?
That's an actual like.
That sounds really good. Where is it?
The only problem is
Bergman's downtown.
your family. you
Dude,
would,
we
like-
should definitely just hit up a bar like semi close to downtown or like the Exchange or something like that and just walk over. Hit up King's Head or something.
I know, like I worked at Bergman's. I know the owner. I could be like, "Yo, can these people come?" And Laura and Robert worked there, and they'd be like, "Sure."
I would seriously consider going.
We would have to get wedding dressed though.
Shit.
We couldn't
Sorry,
just
dude.
roll up in bar clothes.
Sorry.
Could we?
Jokes on you guys. It's casual apparently.
Fuck yes. Okay, that's yeah. So Saturday night, we're gonna be degenerates for the
wedding.
entire night, and then we're gonna head to.
You just have to come
The wedding.
later, like 11, when like the dancing starts.
We're gonna come later than that.
It
Is
ends
it-
at 1:30.
Open bar.
Open bar.
I'd honestly go. Well, how many people are you talking here that you could get in?
180. Oh,
How many people can you get in? 180. All right. Well, I guess we're
Double it
posting
up.
this on.
Check out your yearbook. We may need some phone calls.
Well, I was gonna say, why don't we just post it on the Puck Boys Twitter? That will get like 180. Oh wait.
But I'll just invite our parents.
and ourselves again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the Puck Boys do.
Yeah, I would seriously.
3
look that
stars.
up. 3 stars.
You're first. I'll go third. Congratulations, Laura and Robert, for getting married this weekend.
Woohoo.
Actually, no. My second star goes to. Can you pull up that article that you were reading earlier? What
Oh,
was it?
the guy's
The
wife.
third string
the guy's
quarterback.
Wife,
Jarvis Jackson. Jarvarius Jackson?
Yeah.
Tavares?
Tavares?
Oh,
The
the
third string quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
And might be playing for the Minnesota Vikings now.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, what was the whole thing about
So
him?
he's not the star, but his girlfriend is.
His girlfriend is.
yeah.
So Mr. Jackson decided to pull a gun on his wife and threatened to kill her. And her response was, do you remember it?
No, I don't know off the top of my head. I know. it was sweet.
I hope your aim is better than it is on the football field.
Yeah, she basically said, I hope your shot is as accurate or isn't as accurate as your throw, or else you won't be like killing.
Boys, you could have just like I don't know where the site
I'm
was
finding it.
that had the quote. Like you're gonna have to find it, but anyways, any chick who's willing to chirp her significant other with a weapon pointed at them, like that takes balls.
You got the quote?
When Jackson pulled the gun on his wife, she said, "You better be accurate because you ain't accurate on the field." She grabbed an iron and a kitchen knife to protect herself.
And she also picked up second star from the Puck Boys while doing that. Job well done.
Congrats.
Anyone who can chirp like the person who's facing you
Holding
with
a
death.
gun?
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like the
want the
balls,
Stones.
yeah.
That's out of a movie.
That's out of a movie.
And then first star goes to my brother Steven. who
No
is
kidding.
Great
Yeah.
support of the Puck Boys podcast.
currently at his graduation celebration right now.
Better be fucking loaded.
Well, it's 10:30-ish, so I bet you he's been loaded for about 10 hours.
Nice. Good
So-
for him.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully
He's a-
been a good day and you actually remember a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So-
He's a great Puck Boys.
And
listener.
exactly-
It's
One-
a night you
listen-
won't forget, but probably won't remember.
Always gives her a nice retweet and lets the other
Exactly.
boys know.
Big supporter.
Big supporter.
And
One of our best supporters, honestly. I think he listens to.
And he's actually given me feedback.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Has he given like feedback about us?
Yeah.
No
He says I need new co-hosts. Oh. Just kidding.
4th star go.
Anti-star ghosted.
Oh. Alrighty, follow the Puck Boys on Twitter at the Puck Boys. We'll be posting this on YouTube again. No more SoundCloud. Fuck SoundCloud.
Fuck
SoundCloud.
Hashtag fuck SoundCloud.
Get that going.
Get that. This is
All
what
14 of
friends-
you, let's go.
It's going to be going viral.
Yeah. Alrighty, follow these two at Federkevic, at Colin Dalkey, and me. Actually, don't.
Don't follow Devin.
Do not follow Devin. It's not worth the time.
Bye. Okay, bye.